Shalom. Call Hangai Habashim Yaoshai. Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone rule well, Shalom to the 144,000, the 1/3 remnant women, men, women, and children of the home for elect. Shalom. This is Brother Kabar Yash coming back at you with another lesson. Through this prayer and power, Habashim Yaoshai, our praise and lesson straight to the point. Okay, we're going to play this video. All right, this video was put up by the Hopeful Elect 3. It says Civil War is at the door. And that is absolutely true, man, because that's the times that we're in. Okay, that's spoken of in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We're in a time of hate and war. Okay, so when all hell breaks loose, man, these people are going to show out. Okay, a lot of people are going to die. A lot of you Jakes. Okay, it's going to be Jake versus Esau, Esau versus Jake, liberals versus conservatives, everything, man. So, yeah, when shit goes AWOL, man, hey, and that time is very, very close at hand. So, without further ado, let's play this video. Oh, let's see the caption now. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's play the video.
We're heading toward another war right here
Yeah.
in the good old U.S. of A.
Been preaching it. We're due for one. We're due for one.
Exactly. We are due for one. Okay? Because you can see the hatred, man. All right? That Edom has for Jacob, and Jacob has hatred for Edom. Okay? So it's building up, man. This civil war is building up. And like you say, he said we due for one. All right? War ain't just gonna be going over there in Western Asia, man. That's war is gonna be going over there on over there in Western Asia, World War III, but you're also gonna have war going on over here on America's soil, man. Babylon the Great.
Due for it. I'm telling you, we're due for it. I think eventually this bubble's gonna pop. That's my theory. I don't think that this can go on for too much longer. I give it like to 2030 before. I mean, I don't think we're gonna make it to that far.
Hell no. This place ain't got 20. This place ain't got to 2030. Okay? Somebody wrote in the comment, he said 2030. He said, hell no, 2025, 2026. Exactly. Okay? Because this is the hopeful year of our salvation and the destruction and judgment of Esau. All right? So these prophecies have been taking place, man. This place ain't got till 2030. Esau's kingdom ain't got till 2030, man. Okay? Esau's kingdom is coming to an end. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that following. So, yeah, we ain't gonna make it to no 2030. I'll be surprised if we make it till 2026 next year. But as you can see, I don't know. We might not make it to 2026. We might make it to the first half of 2026, and then that's it, man. We're out of here. Okay? Lord willing, we're out of here. But I don't see this place going on for long, man, because all the stuff is building up, man. World War III is building up. Jacob's Trouble is building up. The civil unrest is building up. The MOTB, which is the CHIP, is very close at hand. Okay, that's very near. That's going to soon be implemented. The crashing of this economic system, the old system, where these devils are going to crash out the old system and put in their new system. That's very close. And so look, all the prophecies it's on the table now, man. These prophecies are popping off like popcorn. So yeah, we don't have to know 2030. Let's continue.
But we're on a slippery slope towards another civil war, and I'm not going to say I'm cool with that. I think a lot of people think they want it, but I don't think they're ready for the type of environment and the people who operate in environments like that. I don't think they're ready for that.
No.
You know, the last thing, and I was talking to my wife about it, the last thing you want is guys like me out on the streets fighting a war with no rules of engagement. Where I make up my own. And that's
yeah. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, verses 14 through 19. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 24. Okay? It's going to be every man for themselves out here when shit hits the fan. And like he said, there ain't gonna be, when there are no more laws and rules and regulations, anything goes, man. No holds bars. Okay? Anything goes. The laws of the land are gonna become the laws of the jungle, where anything goes. Survival to the fittest. Okay? But the only ones that are going to survive all this chaos and all these things to come is the hopeful elect, man. The hopeful elect men, women, and children, okay, are going to survive it. Okay? They're going to survive Jacob's trouble. And we're going to, hey, and when Yahushua comes back, he's going to deliver us into the chariots, and that's, hey, that's when we're going to witness the destruction of Babylon the Great America. The missiles are going to fly and going to, hey, pelt this place, man. 2/3 of Israel are not going to survive this, man. They're not going to survive the chaos, the civil war, the civil unrest. Okay? They're not. Only the elect is.
You don't want that. The average civilian's not ready for that. Like, why is Nick doing that? Why did Nick do this to me? Because only Nick matters. Only my family. At the end of the day, yeah, guerrilla warfare is a bitch. And you're my friend one moment, but the next moment, if you got something I want or I need to take care of my family,
Come on,
I won't
man.
let you know about it. And I'm going to kill the block.
Damn.
That's the way it should be. That's what.
Hey, man. Hey, Jake is letting you know. All right? Jake letting you know what's up. All right? So without further ado, we'll play the video again. All right? But let's get some scriptures, man. Let's go to the scriptures now. Because, hey, Jake ain't lying. Is he lying? No. The hell? Hold on. Get out of here. Thank you. Anyway, Salaki about that. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let's stay in Matthew. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Let's read verses 6 through 8, man. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, okay? Civil war is basically war, okay? You're hearing of wars, rumors of wars, World War III, civil unrest, civil war, okay? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So we're in the beginning of sorrows, okay? So let's go now. Let's go down to verse 21 and verse 22. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21 and 22. For then shall be great tribulation, Jacob's trouble, man, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Verse 22, and it said, those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. So the days are being shortened for the elect's sake, okay? So only the elect is going to make it out of these times. What the hell? Oh, okay. Tell me something. Nothing but Satan playing with me. Anyway, let's go to Daniel 12. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And that's the elect. Okay, it's going to get so bad out here, it's going to get so terrible out here that Michael, the archangel, is going to have to step in for his elect, man. What does it say? When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard. Okay, so a standard is going to be lifted up for the Lord's hopeful elect, man. Okay? So we don't need to do what these folks, while the rest of these folks freaking out, losing their minds, losing their heads. Okay, the elect is going to be good. Let's go here. Now, yeah, we're going to have to go through Jacob's trouble. Okay? But what does it say? This wisdom and this knowledge and this truth is going to what? Keep us stable in the time during Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, let's get the scripture. Not wisdom of Solomon, but Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. This wisdom and this knowledge is going to keep us stable when all hell breaking loose, when people kicking in doors, all right, with folks that have. And like the guy said, man, it's going to be every man for himself. He going to look out for he see that you got something that he want, he going to take it. That's going to be the mind of these Jakes and these Edomites and these heathens, man. Okay? That's going to be the mindset of these people out here when shit hits the fan. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength and salvation, the fear of the Lord, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is his treasure. Okay? So let's now go to, well, it should have stayed in Isaiah. Actually, let's get into the Good News Translation. I like how it reads in the Good News Translation. Yeah, we're going to come back to that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2 in the Good News Translation. Okay? Isaiah 19 verse 2. The Lord Yahweh says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt. America is spiritual Egypt. Okay? The Lord Yahweh is stirring up civil war here in Babylon, the great America. Okay? And turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. What does it say in 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 19? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Yeah. It's going to be neighbors fighting each other for food. All right? Going to have everybody fighting each other, man. Okay? Let's read this again from the top, man. Isaiah 19, verse 2. The Lord Yahweh says, I will stir a civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other and rival kings will struggle for power. Okay? That's the times we're coming into, man. Really, that's the times that we're in. It ain't coming. Okay? We're already here, man. And it's just a matter of time before shit hits the fan, man. It's just a matter of time, man, before something happens that's going to kickstart this. Okay? Let's go to 2nd Ezra now. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. Start at verse 22. And then we're going to read verse 20 through 25. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. When there's no more food, no more milk, no more bread, eggs, none of that stuff on these shelves, these people are going to lose their heads, man. Okay? And if you got it, they're going to take it from you. Okay? Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound with which every man heareth. They shall be suddenly afraid. When you hear this warning that's going out by the men of the Lord, you should be afraid. Okay? You shall be afraid because that's the times that we're in. Okay? This should make you want to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua even more because, hey, we want to be protected from these things. We want that mark of the wild. All right, that's spoken of in Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, man, where we will be exempt from judgment, exempt from these things that's coming here upon the earth, man. Okay? When the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua release all hell and the death angels, man, we want to be protected. Okay? Verse 24, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Imagine no running water. You won't be able to flush the toilet. You won't be able to drink no water. Okay? Especially when these lights go out. Oh, man. It's over with, man. Game over. Verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. And that's the elect, man. Only the elect are going to escape these things that are coming. Okay? Only the elect. Now let's go to 2 Ezra 15. Second Ezra chapter 15. And let's read verse 14 through 19. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. The modern day sword is the gun, but it's going to not just be guns, okay? When ammunition runs out, it's going to be with knives, machetes, anything that can be used as a tool, as an instrument of, you know, anything that can be used as an instrument of death, man. Okay, it's gonna be used. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Like that dude said, man. Okay, it's gonna be every man for himself. People are gonna take matters into their own hand. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Okay, because hey, 2/3 of our people, they don't have Yahweh Shem Shai. We do. Okay? And like I read in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us stable. Okay? We ain't going to have to worry about what we're going to eat and all that, man. Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to supply us that. Okay? We wait and call upon him, man. And I'm going to get some scriptures to prove that. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Cities are going to be blocked off. States are going to be blocked off where you can't go in or out. You're going to be trapped. Okay? Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Not just men, women as well. To all you women out there, especially you Israelite women that claim you don't need a man, you're strong and independent. Yeah, you're going to be the first ones to get taken. Okay? Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Like that Jake said in that video, man. Easy, like he say. He said you don't want guys like him roaming the streets, man. Because they're going to make up their own laws and their own rules. Okay? The course of their actions shall stand in their power. People are going to take matters into their own hands. Especially guys like him. And if you got something that he wants, he said he's not gonna hesitate to take it. He said you gonna lay your you heard, man. You heard the Jakes what he said in that video, man. He said he gonna lay the whole block down. But here, little do he know, yeah, there's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna lay his ass down basically. Because yeah, they see him with the stuff, what's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna come along and they gonna do the same thing. So really it's gonna be a doggy dog world, man. Okay? So it's gonna be every man for themselves. Let's read this scripture, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Lack of food. Okay? It's going to be every man for themselves out here. It's going to get shitty, man. But see, the elect is not going to worry about that. Yeah, we're going to have to go through Jacob's trouble, but what does it say? He shall be saved out of it. Okay? Let's go to Psalms. Let's get a few scriptures. Let's go to Psalms 37. And let's go down to verse... let's see. Let's read verse 17. Let's start at verse 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord Yahweh shall holdeth the righteous. Yeah, the arms of the wicked is about to be broken, man. And who is the wicked that's ruling the whole earth? Esau, even the so-called white man. Okay. Verse 18, the Lord Yahweh Shai knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. So we're about to get ready to inherit the kingdom, man. Okay, starting with the elect. When the 2/3 come back into the kingdom, they're going to be good. Okay. Verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied, man. Yeah. So, in the days of famine, food shortages, the glory, how about Shin Shai is going to find a way to supply us food, man. Okay? Verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord Yahweh shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. They shall consume away. And that's when the missiles hit. I want to get this in the Good News Translation. Let's see what it says. Okay. Let's go to the Good News Translation. Let's go to Psalms. Nope. It's not what I wanted. There we go. Psalms 37. And let's read. Let's start verse 17. We're going to read down to verse 20. Because the Lord Yahweh will take away the strength of the wicked, but protect those who are good. And that's the elect, man. The Lord is about, the Lord Yahweh is taking away the strength of the wicked, man. And that's Esau Edom. Okay? Verse 18, the Lord Yahweh shall take care of those who obey him, and the land will be theirs forever. And that's talking about the Israelites, man, starting with the elect on this side, okay? Because the elect is going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, okay? Verse 19, they will not suffer when times are bad. They will have enough in time of famine. So see, so the Lord said his servants are going to eat when that time comes, man. So we ain't worried about what's going to happen to us, man. We ain't worried about it. We ain't thinking about it. Yeah, we thinking about it, but hey, we know the Lord Yahweh Shai got us. Verse 20, but the wicked will die. The enemies of the Lord Yahweh Shai will vanish like wildflowers. Damn. They will disappear like smoke. Woo! And that's the actual wicked. That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, after his 1,000 years of captivity. Yeah, he's going to vanish. Damn. He said he's going to vanish like wildfire. They will disappear like smoke, man. 2/3 are going to, hey, get that judgment too on this side, man. So, hey, yeah. Let's go back over here. Let's go to now. Oh, okay. While y'all about Shimon I remember. Let's go to 2 Ezra 2 and verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have an abundance. Yeah, exactly. So when that time comes, man, which we're drawing very, very close, man, to Jacob's trouble. Okay, all right. The elect is gonna be satisfied, man. Let's get one more. Let's go back to Isaiah. Let's go and get that scripture I quoted earlier. Isaiah 65 and verse. Let's read. Start at verse 12. Isaiah 65 and verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And that's 2/3 of our people. Okay? 2/3 of you wicked ass Israelites, man, that refuse to take heed to the words of the prophets through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. You continue to mock the prophets. Okay? So, hey, that mocking is going to lead to your shame. Verse 13, Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai Power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Verse 14, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit, man. While 2/3 of our people bug out here, don't know where the next meal is coming from, still calling on white man Jeebus, okay? Calling on that false God is not going to save you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And, of course, you speckled Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathen that look like the heathens, okay? Calling on Yahweh Shem Shai is going to save you, man, okay? So, the elect is going to be calling on Yahweh Shem Shai. When we ain't got nothing to eat, no water to drink, okay? The Lord said he's going to supply that, okay? Hey, he had Daniel in the lion's den, okay? Go read the Bell of the Dragon, man, okay? And as a matter of fact, let's go and read that, okay? Let's read a little bit of that, okay? Let's just go and get it. I don't want to butcher it. Come on. There we go. Let's see. We want to go straight to the point. This is Bell of the Dragon. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's start at verse. Let's start at verse 29. We're going to start up at verse 29. It says, so then came to the king and said, deliver us Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thy house. Verse 30. Now when the king saw that they pressed him sorely, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them. Verse 31. Who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. Verse 32. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them, to the intent they might devour Daniel. Verse 33. Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going to into the field for to bring it to the reapers. Verse 34. Here's the point. But the angel of the Lord, Habakkuk, go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. Watch what happens. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Verse 36. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown of his head, okay, and bare him by the hairs of his head, and through the venomousness of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. Verse 37. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which Yahweh has sent thee. See? So the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai took care of Daniel while he was in the lion's den, man. If he did that for Daniel and all the other prophets, man, how much more when shit hits the fan, when there's no more food, the Lord's going to make a way for us to be fed, man. Come on. And those lions did not devour Daniel, man. Okay? They left Daniel alone. Those 7 lions. Okay? Because why? He was protected by the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, the angels Like it says in Psalms chapter 91 and verse 11, the Lord is going to give his angels charge over thee. He's going to give his angels charge over the elect, man. So nothing is going to harm the elect, man, when that time comes. He's going to deliver us out of the things that are coming. Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, he's going to make a way for us to eat. Okay? Let's read on. Verse 38. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O Yahweh. Neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. See? Exactly. Beautiful. Verse 39. So Daniel rose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. Let's continue. Verse 40. Upon the seventh day the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Verse 41. Then cried the king with a loud voice and said, Great art thou, Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the power of Daniel, and there is none other besides thee. Even the king believed, man. Yeah. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua protected Daniel in that lion den. Okay? The three what's that spoken of in Daniel? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay? When they was throwing those three men into the fire and they saw a fourth person, that was the Lord, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he got us, man. And there's many more stories just like this. Many more. So we're not worried about what's going to happen. Okay? Now, yeah, it's going to be some scary times, but hey, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he got us, man. Okay? Let's read verse. Let's find out what happened to these people that, hey, that did what they did to Daniel. Verse 42. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his face. Damn. So, hey, hey, man, the Lord got us, man. As a matter of fact, let me get another scripture. I didn't intend to go on this long, man, but hey, let's go with Job. Job chapter 5, and let's read verses 19 through 19 through 23. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourges of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the field, man. While these beasts out here devouring people, man, these mountain lions and all of that stuff, these lions, these animals devouring, okay, killing these people, 2/3 of our people, these Edomites and these heathens, that is going to touch the elect, man. Okay, verse 23. Yeah, verse 23. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Bam. So we ain't got nothing to worry about, man. So yeah, we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble, but the Lord said what? He's going to be saved out of it, which means the elect. The elect men, women, and children are going to be protected. Okay? Let's end it off with this scripture. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's the elect, man. Okay? All right. All right. Basically cleared. See Yeah.
We're heading toward another war right here
Yeah, been
in the
saying,
good old U.S. of A.
been preaching it. We're due for one. We're due for one. We're due for it. I'm telling you, we're due for it. I think eventually this bubble's gonna pop. That's my theory. I don't think that this can go on for too much longer. I give it like to 2030 before. I mean, I don't think we're gonna make it to that far, but we're on a slippery slope towards another civil war, and I'm not gonna say I'm cool with that. I think a lot of people think they want it, but I don't think they're ready for the type of environment and the people who operate in environments like that. I don't think they're ready for that. You know, the last thing, and I was talking to my wife about it, the last thing you want is guys like me out on the streets fighting a war with no rules of engagement, where I make up my own. And you don't want that. The average civilian's not ready for that. Like, why is Nick doing that? Why did Nick do this to me? Because only Nick matters. Only my family. At the end of the day, yeah, guerrilla warfare is a bitch. And you're my friend one moment, but the next moment, if you got something I want or I need to take care of my family, I won't let you know about it. And I'm going to kill the block. That's the way it should be.
There you go, man. So that's the times that we're in. Okay? So be circumspect, man. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson here. Call Hungayi Haba Shmiao Shai by Shinra Kakwadash. Sean Wam, Kwam Yasharala, Why Ababa Ball. We're almost out of here. Sean Wam.